For Halloween, I wanted to share a compilation of the scariest and most haunted things that ever happened to me in my life, including when I owned that Georgia country home in the middle of a forest on a bunch of acres where the previous owner died in that house and I experienced a haunting. Also, an abandoned haunted plantation mansion in that little town that I lived in. Also, I stayed in the most haunted hotel room in America and caught paranormal activity on film. And also, while on a date, I was attacked by an entity in a cemetery at night. Also, I found a witch's grave, and also, I found an old graveyard in the middle of the woods and ended up crashing because of that. Stay tuned for CycleCruza's True Scary Stories.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
Back in 2021, I purchased a Georgia country property literally in the middle of a forest on a bunch of acres. It was my dream come true. I got a great deal on this property. Now I know why I got such a great deal. The previous owner's husband died in this house and he loved this house, so they had this home built. I believe his spirit never left this house and I experienced a haunting. I'm going to tell you guys is that at night, man, there's like these singing noises. I don't know what it is, these weird noises. I can't figure out where it's coming from. It's not an animal or anything. It just kind of sounds like somebody talking or something. I don't know what it is, man. It's crazy. I don't know, maybe it's coming from the forest or something. I also had saw a red orb in the garage, and my mom came and visited me once and she heard talking and went in my room and she saw I was asleep and she said that was the creepiest thing she ever experienced. I ended up selling this property. I don't know if I ever told you this, guys, but I actually stayed in one of the most haunted hotel rooms in America at the Stanley Hotel. I told them to give me the most haunted room in the place. And it was really creepy because when I went there, there was nobody in the hotel at all, hardly anybody. Literally, I had the whole hotel to myself. It was really weird and creepy, man. I put one of those night recording cameras on, and I caught some really weird noises, man. And I had a really wicked dream that I was being chased, and somebody slammed the door open in my room, and I woke up suddenly, and I caught that on video. And it was some really weird knocking sounds in the room, but some people thought I was crazy for doing that because I did that by myself. I went out there by myself and stayed in that haunted hotel room by myself, and I'm not scared of hauntings and stuff, man. Another scary thing that happened to me on my former Georgia country property, and this isn't a ghost or haunting or anything, but when I first moved there, I decided to take a stroll in the woods in the evening, and I ended up getting disoriented in the woods and lost in the woods on my own property, and it was getting scary because it was getting darker and darker, and that's the last place you want to be is at night in the woods. That's when the nocturnal animals come out and it gets colder and everything else. I did wander out of the woods and found my way on somebody's property, and I walked on this street and I asked some people in the neighborhood, they were on their porch, how to get back to my property, and they didn't say anything to me, man. They didn't even look at me. It was the weirdest, that was the creepiest, weirdest town, I'll tell you guys. I ended up selling that property in 2022, man, and I'm glad I did. Check out this epic find. An old southern plantation mansion. From my research, this was built in 1829. That's a full 34 years before slavery ended. So I'm sure there were slaves that tended to the land and this house at one time. And it has been abandoned for over 2 decades. The last time it was used as a bed and breakfast. This place is officially haunted. A police officer did witness a full-bodied apparition at this residence, and also there's been many paranormal researchers that have went into this house and have recorded crazy events. Of course, full-bodied ghosts, voices, They say a lady phantom appears on the balcony over the front door. The chandelier moves on its own. People get scratched and poked. This abandoned plantation mansion was actually in the little town that I resided in when I owned that country home that I sold back in 2022. And it was notorious for being haunted and was the creepiest place to pass at night.
This is when I lived in South Florida, when I lived in Boca Raton, Florida. I was leaving the club with a date. It was about, I'd say about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I was getting ready to take her home. And I thought I'd stop at the local cemetery. A really creepy cemetery. I don't know, I felt like being silly. I know, you don't have to tell me. But anyways, I thought I'd stop by this cemetery and kind of freak her out a little bit. So I pull in this cemetery. It was a really creepy cemetery too, man. It had a lot of old headstones. Had a mausoleum, real old mausoleum. And but I pulled in this cemetery, and really dark too, man. Cut the lights off, cut the car off, and I get out and I go to this grave, and it was a really weird grave. I don't know. This grave had like an aura, a presence to it that just drew me to it. But I motioned for my date to come over here. I was like, come here and check out this grave. It had some candles around the headstone. And we went over to this headstone, and the girl's name was Leah. I'll never forget that name as long as I live. So I'm like, I felt like being silly. I was like, hey Leah, show us a sign. As soon as I said that, I tell you, I'm telling you the truth. I swear on my life, may I be struck down with lightning right now if I'm lying. A bat flew out of the tree and swooped down at our head. It almost hit my head. I ducked down real quick. It almost got her in the head. And then the bat flew off. And next thing you know, my date was hauling ass down the street, scared out of her mind. I was freaked out. It was probably a vampire bat. But I'll tell you guys, it scared out of her, man, and she hauled ass down the street. I got in my car to go track her down. I caught up to her. I couldn't even get her in the car, man. She was just completely pissed off at me. She was scared out of her mind. And finally I calmed her down, and I took her home. But I'm gonna take you to the Witch's Ball, Myrtle Hill Cemetery, and we'll see if we can find that Witch's Ball gravestone where she's buried. And supposedly, yeah, I love the blade, baby. But anyways, yeah, supposedly the Witch's Ball, that the grave headstone, supposedly has scratches on it where it has been moved, supposedly, and supposedly that area is haunted.
You're in the wrong cemetery.
Oh.
You want to be over in Myrtle Hill Cemetery if you're looking for that ball. And keep looking for a road that says Myrtle Hill.
We're at Myrtle Hill Cemetery, so now we have to find the ball, the Witch's Ball. And I'm the only one in this cemetery, the only fool. There it is, Mrs. Stoskopf, supposedly a witch. Check this out. Somebody put salt on there. What is that supposed to be? To ward off the evil spirit or something of Mrs. Stoskopf? Hey, it's got the scratches on the ball. So if I knock the salt off, is that going to bring the evil spirits? I'm going to knock this salt off, man. Man. Hey guys, you want to see something really cool? There is a cemetery here in the backwoods. I wonder if they got... Come on. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, get up this hill, baby. Woo! Here we go. Made it. Here's the cemetery. But yeah, these stones go back to like the 1700s. And then you all end up like this, guys. Let's get out of here, dude. Yeah. Oh! Make sure to hit thumbs up, man. Really helps my channel when you do. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Hit that little bell symbol so you get notified when my new videos comes out. But I release new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.